Well, hello there, and welcome back to Freeform Disney. I'm Jeremy, and once again, we're ready for another episode of The Bad Batch. Episode 8. So, this is the halfway point, or really what it's done, I guess. Although, if they're all normal length episodes after the first one, then in a way, we've already passed the halfway point. So, all depends on how it goes, right? And I see there are a whole bunch of you over here in the chat already. So, let's see. Hello there to Yada Tada. Hello there to Evie. Hello there to Kevin Robert. Hello there to G. Vigue. Hello there to Matthew Finn. Hello there to Barbarella Haymaker. Hello there to Jackson Thiel. And hello there to Maximilian. Hello there, hello there. Oh, it's great to see so many of you around already. Oh, definitely looking forward to things. Oh, and hey, hello there to Jurassic Boy Carter. Changed the first bit of the name there. I think it's been a little bit since I've seen you around. So, welcome back, welcome back. So, yeah, we have, last episode, I think I'm going to say it, best episode of the season so far. I was debating whether it was last time during the live stream, but I think I'm going to go out and say that, yeah, that was the best of the season up to this point. Which, oof, nice. I mean, they got a little rocky during those couple Repair the Ship episodes, but then it returned to form, and they've been firing ever since right there. Jackson Thiel. The name looked familiar. I couldn't have said exactly which video it was, that you were here with and live streaming, but the name looked familiar. I was gonna say, I always worry sometimes when a name doesn't look familiar. Like there's a couple names in here that I don't recognize seeing before, but maybe I'm just not remembering them. Like G. Vigue and Yada Tada, I don't recognize either of you. So hey, if it's the first time, welcome. Let's see. Lots of hellos in all of there. Evie's talking favorite Clone Wars episodes. Lots to talk about there. Oh, and also, yeah, we hear I Need a Hero. Well, if we hear I Need a Hero in a Star Wars show, I would be a little weirded out right there. Kind of defeats the whole different galaxy. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, I Need a Hero first made its debut in this galaxy. Sounds like a Jeopardy question. But dang. Yeah, no, I haven't caught all the other pieces of it there. I've Master the Universe or the Guardians of the Galaxy game, but I need to watch the trailer for the Guardians of the Galaxy game. But certainly I did go ahead and catch it over in Loki. Was it Loki? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, good. Kevin, you saw episode 2 of Loki. Very good. And Jackson Thiel, you're asking what do I think of Loki? Oh, man, I think of all the shows, it is easily the most fun of the 3 that we've gotten so far for the MCU. I mean, it's dang funny. The way Tom Hiddleston and Owen Wilson play off each other right there as Loki and Mobius. Very, very fun. And, I mean, dang, the pacing's just kept it right on through. Some interesting mysteries as to where we're going. So, yeah, no, very much enjoying it. As far as starts, definitely one of the strongest starts right there. And again, different feeling than the other 2 shows. Considerably different feeling, which I know they try to go ahead and do that, and they succeed. For Evie, it's your favorite so far. Nice. Hey, for my most anticipated things so far, each show is my most anticipated by the time we get to it, because I started with WandaVision, and was my most anticipated when I put that list out for the beginning of the year, followed by Falcon and the Winter Soldier, followed by Loki. So, hey. I can't say the What If is my 4th most anticipated, though, so what can you do? Let's see, when is the Vision show coming out? Do we know? I have not heard a specific date yet. Still waiting to hear something on that. So, waiting to hear a little more details as to what it will be, too, for that matter. I mean, I figure there's even the possibility they could do a what if with it, but I honestly do not know exactly what the plan is for Visions. Let's see. Oh, I'll say they have not been dropping Bad Batch early, so I'm not expecting to see it early. You never know, though. It is possible for it to drop early. Just kind of one of those, we get to go ahead and wait and see what the heck we will see. Let's see, apparently, if you can buy it, there may be a sneak peek of it over at the Anime Expo Lite for Visions, though. So that could be interesting. And that panel's coming up here in another half month at the beginning of July. So, yeah, interesting. So maybe, just maybe, we'll actually get something on it there. That'll give a little more idea of what the heck's going to happen. I should say, all the talk is that it'll be sometime this year, but beyond that, I don't know. And assuming things don't get delayed, because obviously there's always potential for it. Let's see. Who would win, the Bad Batch or the Guardians of the Galaxy? Bad Batch or the Guardians of the Galaxy? Wow, completely different power sets right here. Which gets tricky because of the sheer power you do have to some degree, depending on what... Okay, so we're MCU Guardians, rather than talking comics Guardians, because that gets a heck of a lot messier. And we'll say Star-Lord, who's no longer part Celestial. Or something like that. Because otherwise you get really messy. But as a general note, I mean, the Bad Batch is far better as a team. So I would probably give the edge that way, but who knows? It could go either way. Let's see, are we still also having Hawkeye at the end of the year? To my knowledge, none of the MCU shows got bumped to next year. But given the delay in Loki's start by a few weeks, all of that's a fair question. I don't know. I don't know what the full plan is. So hopefully it's still this year like it was originally planned. So hopefully we'll get all of the shows up this year, and then they have a whole ton coming next year as well. Yeah. Yes, if Guardians have adult Groot, that's a mess. Oof. Yeah. And hello there to Pheromond. Hello. Let's see, we are getting closer. Assuming it doesn't drop early, which it could. Then we are probably on the order of being a little over 5 minutes out from the drop of the 8th episode of the Bad Batch. And looking like that's still the case here. Again, I'm not expecting it to drop early, but if there was a week, this is it, because Luca is also dropping. So, if it was going to happen, this is the time. But it does not look like it's happening. Omega would shoot adult Groot. Yeah, that would be a little messy. Yeah, you get some ethical questions on that. Let's see. But yeah, no, talking Visions. I'm excited for it, excited to see where they're going with it exactly, because, man, if that one's not a real big open question right there. But hey, I guess on July 3rd, we will get a bit better of an idea as to what's going to happen, since that there's going to be a Lucasfilm panel over there with a few people for the anime. So, yeah. That should give us some details as to what to expect. So July 3rd, put that down on your calendars, and I'll probably toss a video up after that. See what I can see. It looks like you can all even go get tickets at the Anime Expo Lite 2021. Looks like they're doing a $5 donation thing for it. It looks like, as I'm looking over here at this. So, yeah. Sounds like it's a good cause. Show you all it there. So this looks like where that panel is going to be here on July 3rd. So you can go ahead and just put in, I guess, a donation of $5 to be able to register for the event. So yeah. Anyway, all kinds of other panels if you're into anime too. Let me drop a link in case anybody does care. There. In case anybody cares, there will be a panel on visions over there. I said, no money for me. That's just... I said, I'd love to get money for tossing links for things. Generally speaking, I do not. Let's see. Ready for Black Widow. Oh, yes. Although the funny thing is, I was looking at getting tickets. Because the tickets actually have gone on pre-sale, here in the U.S. But the theater that we would go to that's near us, for whatever reason, the pre-order tickets are only for, the small, two of the smaller screens. There's no way it doesn't play on their big screen. So... having to monitor and wait till they actually put the pre-sale tickets for that one. So it's really weird. So we don't have tickets yet. Go figure. Let's see. Shang-Chi going to the movies and a Disney Plus release like Black Widow or not? Good question. I mean, I think they would definitely prefer not to go ahead and do a Disney Plus release on anything if they can avoid it, and they're hoping by that point in time they won't. I think Black Widow will answer a lot of that question, plus exactly what the pandemic is looking like once we're another month further down. As there's certainly reasons that it could be a bit of a mess by the time Shang-Chi comes out, so who knows? Who knows? Hard to say. Let's see, do I think the Spider-Man trailer will be with Black Widow? Well, you get a weird mess there, too, because Sony technically is the one doing the trailer there. So, I would guess it's not going to be with Black Widow. Might it come out a little after? Maybe. The problem is there's still multiple other MCU movies, and they don't need to start pushing it before that, because it's not coming out till the end of the year. I don't know. I think it'll be a little later than that. That's my guess. Maybe we'll have to wait another few weeks or so after that. That's my guess. What do I think about new Spider-Man? We're talking about MCU Spider-Man? Or we're talking about different Spider-Man when you say new? We're talking MCU. I said I love MCU Spider-Man. So definitely a really good take on it, and I'm looking forward to that for years and years to come, hopefully. Avatar 2. Oh. Yes. It has been... I mean, dang, that was 2009. End of 2009. Saw that IMAX screen opening night. Well, actually, the midnight opening night. However you want to look at that. Oh, I loved it. Oh, that was good. Definitely made for IMAX. It's beautiful 3D. Been waiting for it for a long time. Again, James Cameron's doing it. I've got confidence it's going to be good. I mean, he has one hell of a track record when it comes to it. And a hell of a track record for sequels, too. I'm just saying, I don't think anybody's going to tell me that Aliens or Terminator 2 are not good movies. So, just saying. I have big, big hopes and expectations there. And certainly been waiting long enough. Uh, let's see. Oh, hey, hello to Low Weston. Or maybe it's laughing out loud, Weston. I don't know. I'll just pronounce it how it looks like I could try to read it at the moment. And hey, it is midnight. Do we have our new episode? Yes, we do. Reunion. Ah, there's a title. And I certainly see that thumbnail too. If you're avoiding the thumbnail spoiler, I will not mention it. So everybody get popping that episode up. So go ahead and load it on up there. And hey, if you are new to the channel, let me go ahead and say this right now. First off, welcome, of course. And then make sure to get your episode pulled up. I've got mine. We'll go ahead and I'll count you in. I'll give you a 3, 2, 1. We'll start it up at the same time. Then also I will have a timer up above my head, so that way if things get missynced for whatever reason, you can go ahead and get your watch synced back up with mine. Okay, and if you're having any problems pulling up the episode, go ahead and toss it over into the chat so I can hold up for just a little bit for you to give you that time to go pull it up. And let's see. Oh, hello there to Sailor X. Hello there. All right, so everybody get that episode pulled up. Looks like we got a 26-minute episode. Minus all the localization, so a little bit shorter. Considerably shorter, I suppose. Let's see. Exactly, Maximilian. Talking about Aliens and Terminator 2, I'm sure right there. Not good movies. They're great movies. Again, back to why I have confidence in James Cameron being able to go ahead and put in a sequel multiple sequels to Avatar. And hello there, Darscal. You did make it. I'm just having everybody pull it up, so get it up right now, and everybody let me know if you don't have it up yet. So last warning is Darscal's going and pulling up their copy right over there. And for that matter, hello there to Dr. Stephen Harlan. Hey, we have got a bunch of people in the house today. Okay. So everybody go ahead and quickly get that copy up right there. Yeah, making it just in time. Holding for just a moment for you. So we've got the 8th episode. It is Reunion. And the thumbnail definitely makes an argument for what kind of reunion we're talking about, shall we say. Although we probably all guess what that reunion is, too. Considering what we had just last episode, there aren't a lot of other possibilities left. Okay. I'm going to assume everybody's ready, so we are going to get rolling here. So, everybody, on 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, here we go. I've been looking forward to this and where we're headed here. Good, Stephen Harlan, you're locked and loaded, ready to rock. Good. Hopefully I didn't start that just slightly too soon for you. Hopefully I was like right on the money for you. Right on the credits for you. Gotta be a little Star Wars-y. Back to Camino. Well, I guess I can comment what the thumbnail was now. Thumbnail showed Crosshair on it. He does such a good snake-like voice on Crosshair. But we want our samples, dang it. Reunion indeed. you die. One or the other. I love with the laugh right afterward. uh, Back to the relationship with those two right there. Yo. Kevin, I really don't think so. I really don't think we'll see Vader here in season 1. I don't know if we'll see him at all, but I definitely doubt on season 1. Again, he'd have to be a background thing that we didn't really interact with too much. It would be very tricky because of that. Whoa. Yeah, I thought for a moment he might actually take it down. It's a fun fall. Bang in the head again. But hey, it's the left side this time and the chip's out. It's all good. Back to our debates on being mercenaries a little bit here. It's coming to a head bit by bit, but it's not there yet. It's like I like that we're slowly building that conflict right there. Exactly, Sailor X. Yeah, Vader's busy getting his lightsaber. But again, more importantly here, he's on a power level that's way, way beyond Bad Batch. So he should, again, you just really can't bring him into this in any good way. Not in any big way. A background kind of thing. Or you pop it. Yeah, I said, nah, it's just a mess. I guess you could see some of the Jedi that Vader's hunting down, maybe, and they run into one of those Jedi. You could do something like that. Our reunion will probably cut that debate short. Wait for the next episode of the one after. So here's a question. Will Omega detect them coming before there's any sign? That was so technical just to be useless. Well, I guess we could have a proximity alarm instead. Definitely a short circuit. Oh, look at the ships, too. Ooh. Boba. Cad Bane. I mean, they're bringing in another bounty hunter. Going one of those ways, right? Oh, this is a shot. Back to Dave Filoni and his shots right there. The three remaining troopers. So are these the only three non-clones here? So far it looks like from the armor that the rest are clones. Sailor X indeed. It is one of the big questions is who Omega is a clone of. It could be as simple as Jango Fett, of course, but there's a lot of interesting debate. Well, thank goodness I didn't see your flashlight down the hallway a moment before. Now, just how bright is Crosshair on this? He knows his team. He knows how they act. He should be able to expect them to do exactly what they've been doing here. Mm-hmm. Pretty much. Which also means saying it to you probably ain't gonna do anything good. It's painful when you think they're fighting their previous comrades right here. Probably killing numerous of them. Speaking of killing them. Yeah, yes, when you say it like that. Love the tenseness of this. The pacing is good. When you drop little things like that, you wonder if it comes back into play later, right? Why you sent someone to the bridge. Hmm. Okay. Back to my comment on everyone being useful on the team. I mean, that's certainly been the case during this episode as well. As your crosshair going, seriously? Why won't you just die? It's interesting, Crosshair losing the helmet. Think that'll affect the chip at all? Nice plan. The problem is they still know your route off the planet here. I think I'd blast your ship if I was Interesting. Cad? Yes, indeed. More than one reunion here today. Although, different type of reunion this one. It's like nice. I love the music cue for him too. It's great. I wish we'd had this kind of music back in Clone Wars. It's like, dang. Mm-hmm. By the way, this sets up the Boba Fett thing even better for a duel later, because we're showing Cad Bane to be a great duelist right here. Oh yeah, exactly, Sailor X. I mean, the music so far here, it's like, As I said, it used to be such recycled bland music early on, relatively, but now we get original music that's put together. Beautiful stuff. Crosshair has seen some better days. Wow, what an interesting, cool view. So this is our echo view, huh? The why at the Echo View? I mean, it's cool, but why? What a way to end your episode. Hey, mid-season cliffhanger indeed. They definitely went for it, even though we'll only have to wait a week, but whoosh. Oh, nice. So on spot through it. Best music, easily, I think, for the season so far. Because there's a variety of her music use in this one, and Cad Bane's was beautiful, by the way. And with that duel from Cad Bane, I really think we're setting up for the eventual Boba Fett Cad Bane duel. Because this is showing that. So, yeah. Oh, I don't know when we'll see it, but... oh, this was good. Let's see. Maximilian says it's best yet. Matthew Finn gives it a 10 of 10. I said, yeah. Bad Batch started out strong, had its issues, but back to strong, and has been on fire for this last couple here. Oof. Dang. Yes, loving it. Fabian with a 10 out of 10. Crosshair is 2 weeks from retirement. Getting there. I still put Crosshair more as a finale spot for that, even if we encounter him here. Lots of 10 out of 10s. 10 out of 10. Well, keep giving us episodes like this. Now, I really don't think we're going to resolve that cliffhanger in one episode. But at the same time, we don't want to keep Omega separated from the rest of them for too long. Oh, that's an interesting mess of its own right. Oh, jeez. Oh, I wasn't even thinking that, Maximilian. You're hoping Crosshair gets Vaderized into a Phase 1 Dark Trooper. Whoa. Wow. That's dark. Pun intended. Of course, the Phase 1 Dark Troopers, though, were pure droid at that point, so that's a little messier. Although, that's not canon, so I guess canon can do whatever they want, really. At least I think that they were, yeah? Catch my brain here for a moment. You want to see Cal Kestis? I wouldn't put many bets on seeing Cal pop in. That's not one I'd bet on. Yeah, Crosshair's burnt, but as I said, I don't know how bad the burn really is. A back-to-tank dipping for a good while. Will that go ahead and take care of it? Will he still have some scars afterwards? I don't know, I'm not sure. Dr. Stephen Harlan, had nothing wrong with that. They have to go ahead and get good at tricking you sometimes, especially when you get so used to what to expect. I'll admit I didn't expect Crosshair to go ahead and get burnt in that one. That's different. It'll be interesting to see where we go with that. Yes, Starscale, exactly. I do think they will. Whether it'll happen in Season 1 or not, I don't know. That's assuming we have multiple seasons. But again, that setup there very much was also to show that Cad Bane is very good at dueling. Which is a clear setup to eventually have the Cad Bane Boba Fett fight, which you would want to see that Cad Bane is really bloody good at dueling before you have that fight. Just to then make the point as to just how good Boba Fett's become at that point. So, yeah, no, it feels like a clear setup to that somewhere down the line. Again, I don't know Season 1, though, because we haven't brought Boba Fett in yet. We're halfway through the season. It's one more thing to have to toss in, and right now we don't have a reason to care to see Boba Fett and Cad Bane fight. We have to go ahead and give a reason why would we we watching those two characters. I don't know. We hire Boba Fett to go get Omega back from Cad Bane. I mean, you could do something like that, but it's a little tricky. I mean, maybe Boba Fett's got some contracts with Sid, and so we make a deal there, work that out. I mean, I can find a way to make that work. We could do that. Let's see. Oh, you're saying it's ion engine burn, so yeah. It is ion engine burn indeed. It's a nasty burn, to be sure. Oh, it's a reference to Evie saying lava burn. Or not lava burn, it's ion engine burn. Yeah. I love both Cad and Boba. Cad certainly have been seen throughout the show, but I've also got all that connection to Boba. Although it's an older Boba that I really have the connection to. Not old Boba as in Mandalorian time frame, although very nice portrayal. But my Boba is still more that time period that I have much more connection. So, yeah. Trickier. I mean, Boba at that age, I probably have far more connection to Cad. How do I think Boba Fett will feel about Omega? Well, it's an interesting question. I mean, first off, it depends if Omega is a clone of Jango or not, which we have not actually confirmed. I don't know. I mean, Boba doesn't really see himself in line with the other clones, generally, so Omega's quite special, though. I don't know. That's an interesting question. I mean, the last we've seen of Boba in Clone Wars, he's still pretty headstrong and a little foolish at times. A lot to learn. So it could also serve as another one of those cases of Boba having a bit to learn. Could actually work well for that. Challenge some of his own thoughts on what other clones are like. Evie, you want to see it as a live-action flashback for Cad Bane in the Book of Boba Fett, which would also be cool, no doubt. Looks like Darscal's going to go take off. Well, I will see you on Wednesday then, Darscal, for Loki Episode 3. Oh, and hey, hello there to the Santos, and hello there to Gyroscope. Let's see. Series is great. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, Star Wars is really gearing up with show after show here. And as you're saying, with Disney Plus content, so is Marvel, for that matter. It's impressive. I mean, year 2 for Disney Plus is becoming a far larger year than year 1. Then just wait for year 3. Year 3 will have even more stuff. I mean, heck, we've got Obi-Wan amongst other things in year 3. Let's see. What cousin I'm bringing you in? Yeah. I still thought the point of view from Echo right near the end was an intriguing thing. We haven't done it before, and I don't know why we did it there. I mean, we could have just given a normal point of view, brought them out, but we didn't for that one. Makes me wonder if we're going to do it again somewhere here in the future, and that was like a chance to get used to it a little too. I don't remember Tech ever actually testing Omega's DNA to confirm she's a Fett clone. I mean, you'd think Tech certainly could have, but yeah. This show will make up for the amount of bounty hunters that Rebels lacked. Yeah, I think so. I'd be surprised if Boba Fett doesn't pop up at some point. Our use of them as mercenaries gives a great chance to bring in even more people. So there are plenty of other people to see and wonder what the heck has actually happened to them. Yeah, it's a definitely. And we can check in on Dengar here in between here and later in Star Wars. We can go ahead and check in on Lats. I think it's Lats, the one with the big green extendy. It's not a whip per se, but yeah, Lats. We could check in on her. That'd be cool. And multiple other people. And they're still out and about and who might still be alive. It'd be fun to actually have them have to pair up with different mercenaries and they might not agree with the methods on. Back to this whole push between whether they want to be mercenaries or whether they want to go the route of working against the Empire in a rebellion sense. That would help push that issue even more for them. Oh, Evie, you're saying as far as the hoping to see a Cad Bane versus Boba, you're hoping it might be live action but not a flashback? Yeah, I gotta be honest, I would not hope to see that. I mean, I want to see Cad Bane in his prime or close to prime get taken down by Boba Fett. That is ascendant Boba Fett and shows that point right there by taking him down at that point in his life. So that's what I'd want to see. Whether it's live action flashback or whether it's animated, either way. Kevin, you said you want to see the Ghost Crew show up maybe later on in the series. Ooh, that is a ways later. I don't know that the Bad Batch are going to live long enough for that to happen. I mean, there's a big time gap right there. Certainly to what we're used to in Rebels, but even to where there is a Ghost Crew to speak of. So, yeah. Wouldn't hold my breath for that one. Again, we just have to go further in the future, and I just don't know that's going to happen. Evie. I love Wrecker right now. We've had so much time to keep spending with Wrecker and building out a bit more of his character and who he is. Yeah. Gotta love Wrecker. And hey, hello there to Jesse Garcia. Maximilian, yeah, I was assuming the point of view shot was from Echo. It made more sense because it felt more droid-like, but I suppose it could be Hunter. I'd have to go check it out again to go ahead and give a good answer on it. Hard to say. Hard to say. Not without looking at it again. But yeah, I felt like that was probably an Echo thing, considering. Could be wrong. Sailor, my guess is more that the Bad Batch will team up with Rex to rescue people like Wolf and Gregor. That's more my guess on how Wolf and Gregor will get brought in. Just a guess. I don't know. But that's my bet as to where we're going with that. Have I seen the leaked titles for the rest of the episodes? No, I have not, and I don't think I'm going to, but I'll hold off on that. Fett's the same age as Omega. Yeah, I guess that probably is, yeah, pretty close on the edges there. Kind of funny to think about that. Yes, I agree, Jesse Garcia. Crosshair did look like Dengar a little when he was wrapped up. Though that crossed my mind there. You are, yeah, definitely not the only one that had that thought. Chopper maybe could show up. Sure. I mean, it would probably be more about bringing Cham in than talking about Chopper and Hera at this point in time. But certainly we could bring in Cham and see some of the rebels there. Especially if we're starting to touch that rebel versus mercenary side. That's another spot where there actually is a fight against the Empire. because Cham certainly fought the Empire. So it's possible they could run into Cham. And, of course, if we did, I suppose there's a possibility to, in the background, cameo off Hera or Chopper and be like, hey, look in the background. We know those people. And, yes, Maximilian makes the other half of the point right there, too, which is Hera's like 10. So you wouldn't get much of anything else out of Hera other than, hey, look, it's in the background. It's Cham's daughter. It's Cham you'd really see here. And it actually could be a nice chance to really see a bit more of Cham if we got to see him through this. So I wouldn't mind an episode or two of seeing Cham. And hello there to Max Coffee. You hope Echo survives the show, Pharamond. I have a real issue with whether I want anyone to survive or not. I mean, while I love the characters and would love them to survive, it gets so messy to have them, any of them survive in here. It's like, as I love them all, would love to see some characters survive, but I really don't think it's going to go that way, and I don't know that I want it to, ultimately. I mean, I'm torn. Torn, to be sure. Max asking if I think Vader will make an appearance. I could see Vader pop in the background of some episode, probably season 2 or something later. But again, it can't be in any major way. The power level is just too different. And I also don't think that's how the Bad Batch meets their end. So I don't think we're going there. Again, maybe it's a background theme. Like maybe we're at the point we're helping the rebellion and trying to reach another Jedi. One of the other Jedi there getting hunted down, and we happen to see that and the Bad Batch escapes or something. I don't know. Something like that is possible. But, yeah. Maximilian, you'd like Vader to be the one that kills them. Yeah, I've said what I would like as my method, which is they go Operation Valkyrie and try to kill the Emperor and, get taken down in the process. I like that route for it. Fett doesn't have a chip either. This is definitely true. Definitely true. An unaltered clone. It's interesting, Sailor X, having the Bad Batch head into the unknown regions to protect Omega. Sure. I mean, it's possible. I just don't want that to be the end of the Bad Batch. It feels odd to me. We could do enough of an arc that I could get to a point where I was good with that, but I'm not at this point. When we're saying Bad Batch surviving, I would like to see Omega survive. I think that could be interesting, but it's also, again, another mess. Omega, being she's so much younger, would actually work better for going way off in the future as well. Also, she's not accelerated aging, etc., etc. But again, with the Force sensitivities and everything else, that once again becomes a mess. Although, hey, maybe we see a older Omega, and when we get our Luke Skywalker show with, say, Sebastian Stan or something like that, we get to see Grogu, and then also Omega will pop in there, and hey, it could be fun. Ezra pops back up. Could be some fun stuff. So could Fett be Alpha, the first clone? Yeah, definitely. Definitely could. Definitely could be our meaning to Alpha Omega if we wanted it to be. You'd like to see Omega shoot Darth Vader. I wouldn't, because that sounds like Omega's going to die. I'd like to keep Omega alive a little better than taking a pot shot at Vader. Heard some rumor on Barriss potentially being over in the Ahsoka show. I think I heard some rumor on that. Haven't looked into it or anything. I think it's definitely in the rumor category. It'd be fun to see Barriss again. In any fashion, wherever. I agree with you entirely, Max. I don't think we're done seeing Saw. I very much think we'll see Saw some more. I think it's a... One of my leading bets is that the Martez sisters were talking to Saw at the end of that episode. I think that's definitely a good possibility. Again, it's a rebellion-y type of person. Yes, it could go ahead and be Ahsoka as well, I grant. Which would also fit very well, since they actually knew Ahsoka already. It would be a good in for them into going ahead and working Rebellion. Either way. Point being, yeah, definitely, Saw will probably pop back up. And hey, look, I didn't turn that timer off. See, I'm good at failing to do that. There we go. Now I killed it. Timer is off. Yeah, Bail's certainly a possibility, too. It's not the part of the Rebellion I think there is going to be connected to, though. I lean more toward Ahsoka or Saw. Certainly it's possible to be Bail, though. Definitely possible. Evie's heading off to sleep. So, another person taking a dash off. Probably not too long till I go ahead and do the same myself. It's not as late for me as it may be for some of you. Although for some of you it's middle of the day, or morning. For me it's approaching 1 in the morning. Maximum, you'd rather Barris shows up here in Bad Batch than Ahsoka. Yes, I agree to a degree. Anyway. A lot of her connection we have is to Ahsoka. So if so, we've got to have Ahsoka pop into Bad Batch somehow and have that reunion, I think, with Barris. I think that reunion needs to happen in there to some degree. I just think too much of that for the characters are tied up together. For Barris as well, I think, for her character development, if she's going to have much of an arc, I think it would be good to run across Ahsoka during that arc. So, yeah, certainly doable in either spot. It would be one hell of a long time for her if it wasn't until the Ahsoka series, So, yeah, as long as Ahsoka is going to pop up too in Bad Batch, then yeah. And it is Dave Filoni we're talking about. Ahsoka's going to pop up sometime. Doesn't mean season 1. Could be season 2 or 3 or whatever. Oh, seeing Mace Windu pop up would be intriguing, that's for sure. Plenty of theories on that one. Can I explain Phase 3 clones at all? Having questioned what the Kaminoans are planning? Well, the Kaminoans are trying to get a new breed of soldiers so as to actually keep the business of the Empire and keep themselves relevant, and from being wiped out, as the case may be. But beyond that, it's hard to say anything about what the Kaminoans are planning. A lot of talk and theorizing about Clone Rebellion coming up at some point over there on. And because we've seen it before in terms of the EU, what's Legends now, so it definitely is a story that could come up. I don't know that it's a story that would come up in Season 1, though. It feels later than that to me. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the Kaminoans will be doing. It'll be interesting to see. We've been shrouding that a little bit in secrecy as to exactly what their plan is. They want Omega to go ahead and use her for DNA to create more. What exactly? If she's just a unaltered clone, then yeah, she could certainly be useful there. Now maybe you thought it was easier to go grab Omega than Boba. Understandable to some degree. But if so, if it's really just an unaltered Jango clone you're looking for, then they would have been hunting Boba too. And maybe that's how Boba comes into the show, in fairness. On the other hand, if Omega's an unaltered clone of someone else, then they're not going the same route. And if they can actually get some force sensitivity going on in clones. Now that could really, really interest the Empire. I'm sure the Emperor would be interested in that, and that could give them their very reason to have, Camino have more significance and make sure that their cloning doesn't get shut down. I'm sure the Emperor would put a little attention on that right there. So that seems like a definite possibility to me as to where they're trying to head. Max, it'd be nice to see what happens to Caleb. Well, if we're going ahead and following the rest of the comics, yes, I know we altered a little bit of them in the first episode. But if we're following the rest, then who knows if we'll see much more in terms before. We don't need to run into Caleb again. It would be interesting to see Kanan, shall we say. Which doesn't take too long until he becomes Kanan, but we're going to have to go definitely a little forward in Bad Batch if we were to run across him again. Because, again, he switches that name not after too long right there. And, yeah, I think we could do that. It's going to be more interesting to me. Because that's a time period we don't know as much about right there. Yeah, Pheromone. Evil Omega clones. And hello there to Darth Barf. Let's see. Starkiller showing up. Definitely will be fun. Again, I think it's also an opportunity to show some of the Jedi who survived Order 66 but won't survive Vader. If you really want to bring him in, that's, I think, the way to do it. Again, I don't think it's necessary, though. What was Omega? I'm not sure what the question is. Yes, when you see Cad Bane win. Oh, it was nice. Nice to see Cad Bane. Oh, they did him well in this episode. And hello there to Jack Coney as well. See, say you think Omega's been tapped out to Camino. Yep. I mean, that would be where they'd want her taken. There's an interesting little side piece. Maybe they'd want to do some work elsewhere so as to not have the Empire get wise to what they're doing. And that could lead to a different compound, therefore maybe a Boba Fett Cad Bane fight if the Bad Batch hired Boba Fett somehow. I mean, you get something like that. We could push the fight up a little quicker between Boba Fett and Cad Bane if we go that way. Yeah, I don't agree, Maximilian. I think the fight to get the chip out of Crosshair is going to be a bigger fight than that. I don't think we can make it that easy. I still think season finale, too, though. Yeah, I'm happy we didn't have Cad Bane go ahead and die in season 7 in the end. We definitely have some time to go work with that now, and yeah, that's it. Have a more fun finish. Well, it might be the same finish, just at a different time. Point made. Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying, Barbarella. That's what you're saying, Omega Assistant Med. Yeah, at the start of Bad Batch, she was Assistant Medical, so clones could be any field, not just fighter. Yeah, true. Certainly she could, anyway. And there are a number of different fields there in them for them. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Okay. Let's see, anything else here while I'm thinking about things? for this episode or say next. Will we go ahead and resolve Omega being kidnapped in one episode? What do people think? Think that the little cliffhanger there will be resolved in one, or think it's going to take a few? I mean, I can see arguments for both directions on that one pretty easily. There's a lot of reasons for both. And I'm not sure entirely which way they're going to want to go on that. Certainly we'll find out in not too long. That is for sure, but I am not clear on which way they will go. I think they'll take a few. I don't think they're going to instantly resolve it. I don't think they should instantly resolve it. I think it would be a nice touch also to actually take a moment. Yes, you could bring Fennec in to steal Omega from Cad Bane or have a fight there. That that could definitely happen. Oh, that could be interesting. Back to bounties. Yeah, I can see that. Want to see Cad Bane go ahead and kick some more ass? Yes, that would be fun. Not sure who he'd take down though to go ahead and make that work, but yeah, it would be fun. Yeah, Fennec wouldn't win, but also Fennec can't be killed. So, yeah, we could definitely send Fennec up against Cad Bane to have her defeated. And then later bring Boban. It's like, definitely that could be done. To be sure. Okay, so yeah, next episode, I think we'll see Crosshair in the next episode. I think we're going to see some of his healing and see a little aftermath from his side as well. I think we'll get to go ahead and watch Cad Bane and Omega interact, and that could be fun. And then, of course, our main group will probably head back and try to figure out what the heck their next step is as they head back to Ord Mantell and maybe try to raise some money to go put out their own help. I don't know, because they've got to find some way of tracking Cad Bane, so at the very least they're going to have to know where Cad Bane's going if it's not Camino. If it is Camino, well, good luck with that raid. If you're going to kill him like a man. Oh, yes, poor Crosshair. Although, in a sense, Crosshair did it to himself, right? Yeah. On the other hand, maybe that's also a way of foreshadowing that Crosshair won't survive coming back. The Crosshair will die. That could be a way of doing that as well. That he'll get a tragic death instead. Again, we do have somebody else that can do long range. Omega can play the long range game. We don't need to have Crosshair for the long range game. So maybe that's a way of starting to prep us for that. Yeah, I was wondering that too, Barbarella. I made a comment during the show. It's like, hey, I wonder if that's going to affect the chip. Certainly didn't seem like it had any effect on the chip, though, right there. So it doesn't look like they were going for that. At least the chip won't be affected directly that way. It doesn't look like. But who knows, maybe in an indirect sense that will have an effect. Maybe it'll weaken the hold a little bit. That's possible too. Yeah, Crosshair shouldn't have missed the shot, although maybe he wanted to. I mean, we can make an argument for that. Yeah, there's definitely, we can make an argument that Crosshair intentionally missed the shot so as to keep them bound there until the engine turned on anyway. Didn't want to take a chance of multiple of them running out. Sure. Maybe there's that one little hesitation in there. Oh, ooh, I like that, Barbarella. Ooh, it's not that the ion engine ends up damaging the chip in Crosshair's head, but makes it so it can't be removed. Ooh, that's good. I like that. I can see that. That would definitely play into the tragic ending, because now there's not a way to save him. And we also foreshadow it by having burned him as well. Ooh, that's good. I like that. I think I'm going with that one right now. I agree. It would definitely be cool to see Mandalore, Moff Gideon. Yeah, definitely cool things. I don't know why we'd see Mandalore. I can't find a good excuse for it, but it would be cool. And then steal all the metal after the fall of the Republic. Gang. Oh God, Mandalore. Yes. Hello. Why? My brain went somewhere entirely different than Mandalore when I read Mandalore. I even said it correctly, I think, but somehow my brain went to Mustafar. I'm like, I don't think we'd go ahead and see Vader over there, but yes, Mandalore. Yes. I'm really hoping we do. I think we could have a good excuse to show the original fall of Bo-Katan and how she falls from that position, and it doesn't work. Whether they're there to aid them from a more rebellish standpoint or as a mercenary standpoint, either one of them could get them to Mandalore in a spot to be able to see that. So, yes, I think there's a good chance of that one popping up. Okay. With that, and with talking about the hopes of seeing Mandalore, again, I'm thinking it's a season 2. I don't really feel season 1 as much here, though. But maybe a season 2 hit to Mandalore, and I'd love to see it. So, let's see. So, I think I will get taken off myself. Thank you, everyone, for joining. As I said, a whole ton of you popped up, and I love that. I definitely love that so much. Let's see. I've got multiple live streams coming up. There are more videos coming up on the channel, and the channels, I should say. So there'll be more videos popping up here and on the other two. And heck, I'm going to be live streaming in 11 hours. Natalia, I'll go ahead and live stream Luca in case you're into a Pixar site as well. And then I will be live streaming the end of Rebels. So first time watching the end of Rebels, that will be Sunday. So in not that long. So yeah. And of course back here next week for Bad Batch and Loki. So definitely come on back. I will see you next time. Well, thanks Darth Barf for going ahead and checking out the channel. As I hope you enjoy it. And I will say to all of you what I often go ahead and say, which is to have a magical day, and may the Force be with you always.